Hi beautiful souls, here's Julie. Today I am bringing you the message for the new moon in Pisces. If you are new to this channel, welcome. I am Julie, an intuitive, a shaman, a holistic counselor and a life guide. And if you have been here for a little while now, thank you so much for listening to my message. And if it resonates with you, make sure to like it, to subscribe to the channel and to share it with someone you love. So straight away, with the Pisces sign, we do know that they are a very sensitive soul that can really feel the ethereal world, and sometimes also have challenge figuring out if what they sense is from them or the collective of other people around them. And it's not always because their boundaries are not well set. It's just because they are really highly sensitive person, and if they're not having that understanding around it, therefore they can mistaken these energies because they're not aware of it. So what I feel, with this new moon is that this energy is really moving forward to the surface. It's moving out to the surface that hypersensitivity that is coming to the surface. It can be just because of the energy and you cannot really put your finger on why this is happening, or there is actually something that is happening in your life right now and that therefore it's awakening, maybe all the unfinished business that you may have pushed away because it was so uncomfortable to feel all the emotion that were coming with it. So therefore all these emotions are resurfacing to actually be looked at. So again, with any emotion, any feeling, it's really important to remind yourself that they cannot just be buried away. They need to be processed, they need to be understood. Therefore you can go through it, So if you are in that moment where actually it's so painful to face anything, I'm really encouraging you to ask for help, to really unfold everything with the support of somebody who can be there for you, to hold the space for you right now. All right, let's see what we are receiving. That's quite interesting. Okay, it's jumping out. Let's see what I have come. Okay, so it's super interesting, all the cards that are coming out, because it's, to me, so I'll tell you what I have. I have the Ten of Pentacles, which is upside, which is right to me, the Devil card, the Queen of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the Sun, and the Queen of Swords. I'll just show them to you. They all came upside down, apart from the Ten of Pentacles. So to me, what I'm sensing, and remember that I also channel, so it doesn't always, go with the meaning of the card itself. It just triggers some things inside of me that make me think about that and the message that comes. So what I'm deeply sensing, and it's quite interesting because it's really Pisces energy as well, is that, it's a moment where you cannot run away anymore, away from your problem, and problem is a big word because again it depends on the perspective you have around life. You can take everything that you are experiencing as problem, or you can actually look at them in another perspective, and I am thinking about the Hangman that is not here right now. So it's like that. At the moment I feel that inability to actually look things differently, but actually that everything that is coming in my existence is for my highest good, even when I am in the middle of a really challenging time. And I know it is some things that is often, take it as not having empathy when someone tells you that, but actually when you look back, and it's what I was saying in the message for 2023, that when you look back, you are able to have that perspective because you're not caught into the emotion of everything. So again, you know, with all the emotions that are coming, why in the first place, you know, it's very challenging to actually face them is because often, you know, you become submerged by them all. And so you feel you are that. And so therefore you go even more down because you feel that you are just this emotion. But, you know, it's something that I often say, if you actually take a step back and look at this feeling, this thought, this emotion, in a way that they are outside of yourself, yes, they are there, they are coming, you know, because you need to process things. But if you don't let yourself being shaken or taken away into them, which make them even bigger, therefore, you know, you are able to stay centered, you know, and balance to actually face what is going on in your life right now. And I'm not saying that you are not, but often it's like either you bury it all, you don't want to feel anything, or you get it all and you get submerged in it. So how to find actually the balance where the emotion can still flow, you're allowed to cry, you're allowed to feel it all, but then they pass because you allow them to go and you don't attach yourself to them, that they become bigger and then you cannot actually get yourself out of the issues, you know. So I think, you know, and then later on being able to actually see that actually everything that you have gone through had its purpose, you know, and that is always for your greatest good. So at the moment, you know, I'm sensing that yes, it's a time where, you know, running away from everything, not able, you know, to think deeply of what is going on, and also feeling really the temptation of using, and that's really typical to the shadow side of the Pisces, is like when we are unable to comprehend what's going on with us, it's like we again submerge ourselves, we numb ourselves, you know, when the emotions are too strong as well. And we numb ourselves, you know, with alcohol or drugs or unhealthy, you know, behavior or relationship. So again, you know, we can see that is coming forth as well, that temptation of having that. But you know, it's like it's quite interesting because the happiness is there, but it's hidden by you really defining yourself as all that is coming true, when actually everything that is coming true is because it's triggered by what you are experiencing now, and therefore it's ready to actually finally leave you. It's like, you know, it's like you have been shaken and all the drawer where you buried everything or you hide everything have come right open, and everything, all the paper are jumping out in the room, and you just cannot get yourself centered, you know, because everything is all over the place. So again, you know, it's really coming back and taking back all of this paper, cleaning the space. And cleaning the space is like stepping back from it and looking at, yes, okay, it looks messy right now, but it is a space that I'm allowing that is there, but I don't need to become it and get so triggered by it that actually I'm not able to remove myself from it, because I become very resistant, and therefore I create like a block or a stagnation in my whole system, my body, my mind, my soul, and that creates, you know, a deep imbalance on all level. So again, you know, if I can give you some guidance, is when all of this is resurfacing with the energy of this new moon in Pisces, is to actually breathe through them, allow them to come and to show you what you need to understand through it. Or if you have not capacity to actually hold the space for yourself, to ask the help of somebody. And I will always recommend, you know, an unbiased person, someone who have nothing to do with you. Then you actually receive like advice that have nothing related to an emotional bond with yourself, you know. I also feel that if you feel submerged by it, to just remind yourself that it's okay again to feel it all. That why it's so strong right now is because it's all the things you haven't looked at for years and years and years, and maybe not just from you, but from your ancestors. You know, if you again believe in intergenerational trauma, or if we go even deeper, you know, if we looked in past life, things from so far away that are coming back to the surface to be looked at, because you haven't had the capacity to, or you haven't been willing to, because sometimes we don't want to, it's too hard, it's too painful, you know. So therefore everything is there, and I just want to invite you to feel it, you know, to feel it, and remember that actually you're not that. That is all that you have experienced, that have kind of like built up over time, and then right now it's becoming like a volcano, an eruption of everything that is coming out, you know. And that is important to what I'm hearing is get yourself together by actually going by one, layers by layer, paper by paper, you know, and look at it for once and for all, you know, and not continuing to actually letting them accumulating onto you, but becoming conscious of all of it, you know, because they will come and bite you every time something is coming to shake you, you know. What else am I feeling? Yes, and what I love is that we have the Queen of Pentacles and we have the Queen of Swords, which is so beautiful, because then we have really the mind, and we have really the earth, the root, you know. So to me that shows again that the connection to be grounded and to be connected to the divine are lost at that time, because of the really being submerged by everything. It's like you feel so alone, so lost, you know, in the midst of all. And so therefore is to call, you know, this connection that you may not be aware, you know, with the divine, which the Pisces is really, the Pisces energy is all about that. It's all about really being very intuitive, even psychic, you know, and trusting this ability that is coming to us, you know. So remembering that actually we are one with everything, with the universe, with the earth, and that there is no separation between the universe and ourselves and the earth and ourselves. And so therefore, you know, creating that connection and rooting back yourself into the earth to be really strong and anchored into that moment. So I think, you know, this is the first things that need to be done when you feel all over the place, you know, by this energy that is coming. But it's a beautiful energy also. For example, for you, if you're very good at sorting up your emotion, and you're someone who work on yourself, this energy is like really beautiful to actually awaken again maybe all dreams that you have had for a long time, and to ask you to actually putting them in place and creating the path for them to be to birth, you know. I also sense that oh, there was something that was coming, now it's gone. It's okay, it will come back if it needs to. It's okay. But I do sense, you know, with the Ten of Pentacles, again, to me, this card is saying everything is good, you know. Everything is for your highest good. So even if you feel submerged right now, or if, oh, here we go, or if you feel that even if you have everything together and that it's a bit hard for you to put into the physical matter your dream into place because of the uncertainty of the future, that actually it's time because everything is aligned for you to do so, and that, you know, there'll be a time where even if it doesn't fulfill itself right here, right now, it will flourish, and that's your seed, you know, being planted. But it's us to plant your seed and to not wait for tomorrow, to actually create the dream that you would like to see happening because of how the outside world look like. And if you want more information about that, you can look at the 2023 prediction message that I just posted as well. Moon in Pisces. What do we need to know for the new moon in Pisces? What do we need to know is this one? Yeah. Commitment. I love that. Look at that. So, and you know, it's quite interesting because this make me think of the Pisces as well, you know, this card with the two fish or the two mermaids. Look at their hair that actually intertwine and connect to each other, you know. To me, this card of commitment that we just received is a time to actually come back home. It's a time, you know, like I was saying, to face all your shadows that are coming back to the surface, to face yourself, to find yourself, to see, you know, to see that you are more than just a human body, that there is a soul within you that is ready to be looked at and healed on all levels as well, you know. And as you reconnect with your soul and your mind and your body, when you reconnect, you know, all these aspects of yourself, you start to comprehend so much more and to connect to so much more profound part of who you are, you know, and start to understanding and have another vision and that perspective, you know, about the hangman that is not here right now, actually having that new perspective about yourself. But to me also, this card is really talking about projection. Yeah, it's also, you know, stepping out of projection, not projecting your own feeling onto other, and also with the Pisces energy, really discerning what other project on you, or the energy that you're holding from other as well, because that's a deep thing. And it's actually by really sensing, you know, your own bubble, but again, by bubble, by boundaries, it's not becoming like hard rock and that nothing can pass through, because you still want the intuition to pass through, the message, the synchronicities, and you want to be able to feel, you don't want to become numb either. So it's finding that fine balance, you know, with those energy that actually, and I love this sentence so much, is that you can open your home, but you don't need to let people coming in. And that's a deep energy with the Pisces, you know, and I really, really love that message always, you know, every time I hear it. And I feel like with the commitment is also committing to yourself, that you are actually going to finally look at what's unresolved, or that if actually you are on that path where you have it all together, that you are going to commit to planting that seed and actually developing what's deeply willing to come and birth right now. Okay, new moon in Pisces. New moon in Pisces. New moon in Pisces. Okay, I'm hearing cut. Okay, and this one. Okay, so we have Virgo that came out, and Yin that came upside down. Yeah, it's quite interesting again, you know, that we have that, because the Yin represent really your intuition, your connection. You won't see very much, it's pretty hard to see with the light. There And we have Virgo. The cards are very wide, so it's hard to see. So I'll tell you straight away what I'm sensing with that. With the yin, you know, it really represents intuition, trust, patience, spirituality, and receptivity. And it's quite incredible that it's coming here, because that's what came also for 2023 message, not that card, but the receptivity. And here it's upside down. So it's mean, again, because of letting yourself being submerged by the energy that the new moon in Pisces is actually triggering. It's like, you know, you're not able to actually receive the message that actually this new moon is bringing you. So it's really, remember to anchor yourself. And I'm going to put like a one of the meditation that is about grounding, because I do feel, you know, you need to get out of your head and really come back to your root, and therefore really you can start to receive, you know, your intuition, and trust also what you receive, because then you're not second guessing this, especially if you are new into receiving message or following your gut feeling in the beginning. Sometimes, you know, we doubt, and it's about not doubting what you're receiving. And with the Virgo, you know, what I'm sensing is that if you are submerged by everything, you need to let people also help you. You need to actually ask for support, or if someone is willing to give you support, to let them do so. And if you are the one who is outside of that, you know, you're very aligned, then to be the one that is there for other, of service, you know. And it doesn't mean like you are a therapist or that's what you do, but you sense, you know, when you need to be there for somebody, and you give them a call, or you go and knock on their door, and you know. So it's quite interesting that we really have two different energy going on, and we have, oh, I didn't see that, and I think that's going to go with this one. So I turned the deck, and there was also the house 2. Physical security, possession, material values, and self-worth. And it's quite interesting. I'll show you. So we have this one that came out, and we also have the High Priestess that is actually upside down. So again, that inability to receive what the energy, the divine God, your angel, whoever you trust and believe in, cannot reach you, because you're not letting them reach you, because you just get yourself so caught into what's going on right now. And that there is, again, this word keep coming back, the inability to receive. So yes, it's quite interesting. And so with the 2 of house, to me, it's like the message I'm really deeply hearing with it is that I know that, you know, physical possession, material is important, you know, but actually I feel that this message today is saying that actually there is way more than that. And when actually, and this again is linked to the 2023 message, which I feel is why I needed to share it on the same day that I'm doing this video of the new moon, is that also there is that stripping that is so important for us to realize all that we have inside of ourselves that has nothing to do with everything that is outside of us, and that actually it really pushes us back in to look at all of these aspects of ourselves that we might have been distracted by all the other things that is happening around us. And when all these pillars go, we only remain with our own pillar, and we have to rely on ourselves, you know, and on our capacity to go through a moment and find that resilience, that strength within us, to actually move forward in our life in the best way and rebuild, you know. So I feel this message is this message of hope, saying, you know, that regardless of your possession of anything that you have around you is to come back home inside of yourself, because everything is there. And I feel that this new moon energy is really doing that, you know, it's pushing you back to understand what's your, what's not, all the stuff you have not dealt with until today that need to be looked at. Ask for help if you need, you know, to go through all of it with somebody. And you know, it's quite interesting with the image I had with paper, because maybe all of that is not just you going through, you know, past life event, past event that may have create really traumatic experience that haven't been healed, but it could also be you going through a contract with somebody like a lawyer, going through paperwork because you're overwhelmed by everything, you know, like insurance, or a new contract, or because you're going through like a separation or a divorce, to actually have someone who help you to go through this paper because it's overwhelming. So this message is also coming through right now about that. But to say that again, it's quite interesting with the house too, that whatever you lose into it, as well, that you have everything within you, and you're going to find out your path with that. And for a reason, you needed to be stripped out of everything. If it's a contract, you know, it might be also that gaining of possession and physical securities and material, which is beautiful, but also to remember, you know, your that your self-worth is not linked to your material possession, and that therefore, you know, to really stay humble into the process of gaining more, and remembering, yes, that is free flow abundance, but also because you worked on yourself to get there, and you really, the word that is coming, you're really deserving all this gift, in, and the deserving word in a very positive way, you know, for all the journey you have been on. And so all that is coming to you, but staying really humble with all of it, and remembering that your self-worth, you know, is really outside of your material abundance, that is deeper than that. And I guess for the people who are losing everything, the reminder that actually self-worth is within us and has nothing to do with that. So when you lose all around you, you're not losing the deepest essence of who you are, but you might lose your identity because you were identifying with all your possession. So therefore, you know, there is a deep healing that need to happen into that, you know, and I really can relate to it. So if you are into that, you know, I'm sending you so much love. I mean, wherever you are, I'm sending you so much love, because the journey is definitely challenging and not always easy, but I can tell you, you know, on the other side, the person you are going to meet, you're going to be so happy that you have been going through all of it to actually meet the person that you are on the other side. So that's really what I want to say to you, is to keep hope. One turned, I felt, yeah. We have inner alchemy. Inner alchemy is achieved when you react to fear with love. Again, you know, to me, is that perception, is that hangman that is not here today, that give you that other perception, and how you react, you know, with all that is moving through you. And remember, you know, that you have everything already. And again, I wanna say this again in this message, because I feel it's important. It's like, it's in nothing that you find everything. So I'm going to leave you with this, you know, and remember again, I want to repeat this message again, is that you can open your home, but you don't need to let people coming in. And that's about your boundaries. So this is a moment of deep emotional learning, that is so important for all of us on all level. So I'm sending you so much love and light wherever you are in the world, whatever you are experiencing right now, and know that you are looked after, that you have protection, even if you feel like actually that maybe you feel so alone and that no one is looking after you. I can assure you that they are here looking over your shoulder and knowing that it's for the greatest good that you are living what you are living right now. So I know it's maybe really hard to hear that when you are in the midst of it, but I can really tell you that on the other side, you'll understand this message. I'm sending you all my love. Bye.